WineLibraryTV. I am your host, Gary Chuck, and this, my friends, this is the Thunder Show, aka the internet's most passionate wine program. Vaughn is here. It took almost a year, but the man is here. The man who won our December widget contest. You might remember. Mott, let's link that up when we drew that. So link that up, Mott. I might wear this every day now because I could just do that all day.
Went into shirt.
What happened? Right, your passport expired right before then, so we had to wait for all that, right? And then we tried to make some dates go down, and so here we are, almost half a year later.
Yeah, half year, 6 months.
You're here though.
Yeah, we're here, man.
You're happy?
Loving it. Yeah.
Feeling good?
Oh,
Feeling strong?
Yeah, rolling it big time.
Now, Vaughn is a great Vaniac. How long have you been watching? Tell all the Vaniacs where you're from, if they don't remember, what you do, how you roll, what you feel, what you need, how you like it. Tell them.
Liking it, loving this. This is awesome. This is a very generous guy. We've been spoiled on this trip for New York. It's been phenomenal, the whole bit. This guy's got the details looked after. Shout out to Matt.
Matt.
Shout out for Matt for
I'm
doing the behind the work scene. He's put it together real nice.
I don't even have my own life in order.
When did I find the wine library?
October of last year.
Yeah, October of last year. I was looking for podcasts and found a couple of. This is so boring sitting here seeing nothing but listening to people talk. There's got to be a video format out there somewhere. Did some deep searching and came across Wine Library TV and been watching ever since. Deep. It was way too hard to find for how famous this was. It was way too hard to find.
What were you into wine?
Yep, about 7-8 years. Learning as I go. Had a couple key people help me along the way that really got going.
So were you looking for wine videocasts because you were listening to wine podcasts? Is that what you mean?
Yes, yeah, exactly. Wanted more information and
then a couple months later, he snafu'd all you guys out there and won the contest. Yeah. And I'm glad you're here. I'm really glad you're here. And I think we have a really cool format. This man is prepared. He has a little note. I'm like, you ready to go today? He goes, yes. I'm like, I wanted to pick some wines that I thought he might like. Instead, he came with a full list, including, you can tell he's a Vaniac. He already knows what question of the day he's going to ask. So there's going to be no fooling you.
Nope.
None.
I'm ready.
There's no fooling you.
Yeah.
I did something cool. I enjoyed myself while he was yapping and tasting some wine. And I looked at the 4 wines that he wrote down, which are Columbia Crest Cabernet, Alamos Ridge Malbec, Yard Dog, which is a red Meritage from Australia, and Hamilton Russell Pinot Noir, which is a South African Pinot. Tell me about those 4 wines real quick. Tell the Vaniacs why they're written here on this nice little paper.
Okay. Cougar Crest was something that I stumbled upon in a review. Sounded great.
Columbia Crest? Because you wrote, were you trying to write?
My apologies.
You wanted to write
the
Cougar
Washington
Crest.
one.
The one that I did on Wine Library TV.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Didn't know the price.
Got it.
Went into...
that actually works so much... Do you know this mistake just works so much better? I'm going to just jump in real quick. Yeah, it's so much better. He wrote Columbia Crest.
Nice save here.
What I did... It's pretty funny, actually. It really did work out. What I did was I tried to find things that were... I tried to act as if Vaughn came to the store and said, do you have these 4 wines? And I was going to say, yes or no, but can I recommend 4 wines for you? That was my career for 8 years, so I thought I'd take a little throwback to the old days and do that for you. What I did do was I tried to keep them in a similar price range, just as I would handle a customer. My view was always, if somebody comes in and asks for a $15 wine, let me give them a $12 wine, a 12-bone wine that would rock their face off, because then they would think I was a whiz kid. You see how I was going?
I see that. Yeah.
That was my move. So
expect that from you.
Yeah, well, that's how I roll. So what I did was I tried to give recommendations. So with the Yard Dog, I did something in a similar price range. I did a Kill Bin Bin, and with the Alamos Ridge, I thought would be a lot of fun. With the Alamos, give you the Alamos Reserve, the Selección. So I did that, and that's a couple bucks more. Much better wine from what I remember, because I've had this one. But with the Hamilton Russell, I didn't have anything in South Africa that I loved, so I went with a New Zealand Pinot, which is more expensive, but I wanted to give you something nice because I thought you were being very kind by going kind of conservative with the price points. I'm like, this is a nice man, let's give him something special. $39 New Zealand. But on the Columbia Crest, they did the same thing. However, Cougar Crest is more in the $30 range, as is this Robert Karl that we'll be tasting. So, the little faux pas here actually worked to our advantage.
Good. Nice
do you
save.
feel good about that?
Yeah, I do. That's great.
That feels nice, right?
That feels
okay.
nice. Yeah.
So, so how about the Alamos Ridge? Saw it somewhere?
Yeah.
When did you make this list? You made this list in the hotel, though.
Oh,
You don't live in New York.
I have it stored in my list of favorites at the local wine store back home. I've got it
Very
stored in
good.
the list of favorites.
Have you had any of these 4 wines?
Yard Dog.
And what do you think about
Alamos Ridge. That was my first PV. A bit of a blend, but that was the first time having a PV grape, and just loved it.
Very cool. All right, so we've got 4 recommendations based on what he came to the table with. So that's what we're going to do, Mike. See what I'm doing here? Just a good little move. You like that, right? We're getting a lot of people that are in the film business, and they're always yelling at me for that. Somebody wants me to put a shelf here and pick the wines from here. But the way I'm so animated, I feel like it's going to break the shelf. I don't know. I'm scared. We're going to start with the most expensive wine, ironically, today because it's the lightest grape varietal. Now, what we're going with here is the Valley Wait. Very interesting. The Valley Wake Pinot Noir, 93 points. Wine Enthusiast, 91 points. Stephen Tanzer, $39. Sorry, there's some little funny note from Ian written on the back of there. It's a good job by him. Baffled me on the Thunder Show. Let's give a little rinse, Vaughn. Vaughn, you're a big Canadian football fan, right?
You bet. 3 down ball. That's where it's at.
You love that style.
Yes, you bet.
That's what you're all about.
Yeah.
Now, is it true that the Canadian football team that won this year had green and white colors?
Absolutely.
So the Jets colors.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I get stung again. All I had to do, Mom, Dad, all you had to do was immigrate to Canada. I'd be sitting pretty right now. But you're a Stampede fan.
Stampeders, yeah.
Yeah.
Bet.
And you brought me a jersey. I said I would wear it, but I'll wear it.
That's all right.
Again, this way you'll feel it's fine.
Yeah, you got to show off that shirt.
Yeah, I got to wear the Mott shirt. I mean, we got to
shirt.
support the guy. I mean,
Yeah.
look how cuddly
Guy
he is.
works hard,
Don't you
right?
feel like do you want to just hug him?
Hey,
Mott, come here, hug
Mott's
him.
Mott's
Hug.
the guy.
I mean, they want
Come on.
hug.
Bring the thunder.
Mott, come and
Bring it,
hug.
Thunder.
Mott. Wow. I'll hug you. I'll hug you.
There we go.
Mott, zoom up at least. You want to be part of the hug now. I see. See, now you feel. Come in, triple hug. Triple hug.
Bring.
No?
No, Mott's not bringing
Mott's
it.
tough, man. See, everybody thinks Mott's all awesome, and they're like, oh, Mott's the best. Mott's not. Everyone's like, treat him well. Treat him well. He kicks me sometimes. It's a tough scene.
This is
It's
more
a tough
comfortable
scene.
behind the camera. Huh?
He loves behind the camera. I also prefer behind the camera. It's a little known fact. All right, what are we gonna give this wine?
A little sniffy sniff.
There you go, my man.
Hey. A little pepper there.
Very good. Yes, absolutely. Keep swirling. It gets a little yard doggy, like the stuff that comes out of the yard dog.
It's pretty strong. Pretty strong nose.
There's clearly a little bit of a manure kind of component here. There is a little poopy poop action on this. Clearly.
If you say so.
You don't get the
there
poopy,
is.
huh?
No, I don't get the poopy.
Really, no poopy for you. For me, it's pretty heavy. I get a nice little dose of manure, soily. I get a lot of crushed sand on the nose. I also get. Your wife has a tattoo on her ankle.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's really pretty cool. You like that, right? You like the tattoo on your ankle?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the only one. So.
He has to set the tone. It's the only one. I get a little bit of basil in the mid nose as well, which I find quite interesting. You get the greenness, like the little bit of a pepper, green,
Yeah,
basil,
definitely. Yeah.
Oregano, kind of just green, right?
Yeah, it's got some of the typical dark fruits, but there's something else on top of that too.
Yeah, it's poopy, my man.
Spook, okay. Poopy.
Let's give it a whirl.
Good. That-
What do you think?
A little more dry.
Is it too dry in the back end for you?
A little bit, yeah.
Do you drink a lot of Pinot?
No.
So, I mean, this is based on, you taste a lot of fruit-driven wines, the Cabs, Syrahs, the big wines. Is this too earthy and austere? I mean, it's a totally different style if you're not drinking a lot of Pinot. This is very Pinot Noir-like, especially from this part of the world. It's definitely very dry in the back end. I get a little bit of leather coating on my palate. It's definitely vegetables. I mean, there's not a lot of fruit going on here. There's a little skimmed cherry, I would say, but this is really a vegetal vino.
Yeah.
And what do we think? Now, let's remember, Vaughn. You know this, right?
Yeah.
I did not make this one. I am not.
No.
I am not personally attached to it in any shape or form. I don't think you are.
No,
Your
I like
wife definitely isn't.
No.
The peanut gallery over here from Florida doesn't give a rat's ass about the wine. Mott, as you can see, doesn't give a rat's ass about anybody. So the fact of the matter is, no emotional tie. What's your palate say about this?
I like the earthiness.
You do.
I do. I like the vegetal aspect of it.
Okay.
I just find that the dryness just
Throws
for
you
me
off.
myself throws me off a little bit.
Your mouth is too dry right now?
Yeah.
And so you liked everything up to about even that last part of that bacon fat that hits on the mid. Did you taste a little of that bacon fat towards the end? And then it got too dry and it wasn't your style from there.
It finished fast, went dry right off of there.
You don't like fast and dry.
No, I like
long and silky.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
He's like that. What would you score it for yourself? For kicks and giggles.
About 83.
An 83. You're a tough guy. All right. Now, this is a great example of people having different palates, right? For me, I like this style quite a bit. I mean, for me, forget the turkey. I like the stuff in the middle. The stuff my mom stuffs in there. The basil, and I don't even know what's in there. Stovetop stuffing. But I like the earthiness of this wine. I adore the bacon fat on the back end. On my palate, like the dryness, but you're very right. If you don't, that's a problem. And that's when you start getting 83-point scores.
That maybe wasn't very fair.
No, listen. Don't change. Give it an 81.
Okay. No, that's way too low.
Understood.
Like, I hit it a little too hard for being dry. And again,
you're a tough guy.
That's just
that's
just a pellet thing, I think.
Everybody's got their own palate. Nobody should agree. We're all snowflakes, Lon. We're snowflakes. We're just, all different.
Those are Canadian retirees that head south in winter.
That's what they're called, snowflakes?
Yeah.
That's a tough term, Mom. Mom likes it. Anybody that's got hurt or make fun of, Mom loves it.
That's what we get about. Okay. It's got some little lag there. Coming down the glass.
I like this wine. I think it's got a lot of complexity. It's got very Burgundian-like characteristics for wine from New Zealand, which I like. The fruit is not too bright, which you get sometimes, let's say, from Central Otago. Where is this from? I didn't even pay attention. Oh, it's Otago. Interesting. But Otago, not Central Otago. Got to check that out. Very much a bacon fat, oregano, basil-filled wine with some underlining cherries. I like the finish. It's long but dry. Absolutely true. For me, this is a 90-point wine. I'm feeling it. 40 bones pushes the limit. I think there's other, Pinot Noirs out there that might be a better play, but if you want to explore and you love Pinot Noir and you like the style, and you definitely, if you like basil and bacon, this is a wine for you. And if you don't, then you're hanging with Vaughn, right? Because you don't like the basil.
If I had a mulligan, I'd go up to about an 87, 88.
Don't change it.
No,
own your 83.
The more you taste
own the 83.
Oh, man.
Own it.
Own it. Okay. Well,
yes. Listen, Vaughn, that's the beauty of wine. I mean, every palate's different. And you know what? Your palate changes. What will be fun for you is, maybe going back to this style in 5 years and you'll be like, oh man, or maybe you'll go even the other way. I'm like, 83, I was being way too jolly. Jolly's a good word, right?
Yeah.
Way too jolly. 77. I mean, that's just the way it works.
Can't see going that low on it, but
I can see you going that way. You're a passionate guy. I can see you getting more angry at it.
When I started off, I wanted that stuff. It was gonna take you out in the alley and just give you a black eye, like the Shiraz, the Cabs, just.
That's what you wanted.
But now
you wanted to get your ass kicked.
Yeah, totally.
Right? You just want to punch me in the neck.
Big grape fire right in the eye. But now, kind of moving more towards.
You're getting more sensitive in your older age.
Yeah.
Is that what's going on?
That must be getting old in a hurry or something.
I'm getting way old. All right. This is the 2006 Alamos Selección. It's a $12 wine, 90 points J. Miller. This is the reserve wine of the wine that you were asking for, which normally rolls in at like 7 or 8 bones here in the U.S. This is the $12 version, 90 points J. Miller, who's been doing the wine reviewing for Parker in this part of the world. Let's see what's going on here. Now, based on your palate, I think there's a really good chance that this could hit you a lot better than the last wine. Talk to me about the Hamilton Russell real quick. Had that been a wine you had, or you just read about it, saw it somewhere, and wanted to try it?
Read about it, saw it. Sounded like it was in the pipe, and
got it.
Thought, hey, let's
got it.
have a taste at that.
Yep. Just was curious. Just back to that Pinot Noir. Have you ever had a Pinot you liked? If you didn't, that's fine.
I'm sure I've tasted it. I'm sure I've tasted a few at wine class, but I can't remember what they would have been.
And obviously, if you don't remember, that means it didn't really strike you as the greatest thing that has happened since sliced bread.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's give it a whirl. First, a snippy snip though, because I don't want to go that.
Can't skip that part.
I mean, you know what I think about bouquet. It's a huge factor.
A little different than the first one, for sure. Pretty typical of...
Pretty, do you get the smoky barbecue-esque kind of thing going on the back end? Almost like, But yeah, I mean, this is really driven by blackberries, I think. There's a lot of black fruit, blueberries, blackberries.
Nothing too far out of the...
but I wouldn't call this aromatically exciting, right? I mean, this is not AE.
No, it's tight.
Yeah, it's tight.
It's bringing a few things, but not a lot of things.
Don't you agree? I'm a little bit disappointed by the nose. To me, a closed nose is no nose at all. Sorry. All right, let's smell it one more time.
It's like to sniff or not to sniff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, I mean, you've seen. I mean, to me, the bouquet is a huge factor. So I'm whirling this little sucker until something happens.
There's only a couple things that are really coming out.
To me, I only get like a charcoal-y kind of thing and some blackberries. I mean, charcoal to blackberries is what I would say.
Yeah.
You get anything else? Anything?
Nope, nothing. Nothing beyond that.
Let's give it a whirl.
Throw it up there with a steak, but
Doesn't change
nothing
your
right
life.
home about it.
Much tougher guy than me. He should probably take over. I'm actually pretty impressed with the silkiness of this wine. What do you think of that? Not silky for you?
Maybe should have rinsed my pellet after the last.
No, don't. You know, every time I don't want the, should have raised it from an 83 to 87, should have rinsed my palate. Absolutely. Do your thing. I mean, your palate is your palate. Embrace it. Your palate to you is way better than my palate to you. So, plus you might drink a crap load more $12 Malbecs than I do. I doubt it, since I had 40 last week. How many do you have?
No.
Sucker. I'm just kidding. No, but honestly, no. Honestly, what do you think? Not your style?
It brings a lot more than the nose would lead you to believe. Mm-hmm. There's certainly many more strengths to this coming through than what the sniffy sniff was telling
I think
us.
that's a tremendous point. I think you hit the nail on the head. I'm really surprised by how much intensity of fruit. And do you get the floral violets potpourri thing going on? Potpourri, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, have you ever grabbed potpourri and really embraced it and smelled it hard?
No.
That's not like a Calgary guy kind of thing to do,
really,
right?
no.
Us Calgary dudes don't do that
That's
stuff.
that's
Totally unacceptable.
Yeah, that's tackle the steer, drag it up the mountain kind of thing. But
I hear you. To me, of the person who does pick up potpourri and smell it, this wine really brings a beautiful violet lilac component on the flavor profile. I'm impressed by the smoothness, given the fact that it's not over oaked. Mm-hmm. A lot of times you get the oak,
exactly.
the malolactic fermentation.
Yeah,
know this.
No.
Give us your oak monster.
No, sorry.
Don't be shy. Don't be like Mott. You want me to go first?
You want me to
go first? Ah!
That's a lot of oak.
Go ahead. How about you?
Oak monster?
Yeah, do it.
Oak! Yeah,
Jesus, he brought way more than me.
So,
that wasn't even thunder. That's like a typhoon or something. That's good work.
That's those big New World fruit.
Is that what you do in
with the
class
massive
when
oak.
you have the oak? I mean, are you scared of the living crap out of everybody in your class?
Maybe that's why I haven't been asked back to class.
Yeah, that's why I got kicked out, right? All right, how are you gonna rate this to the Vaniacs?
It has a very unexpected plus to it beyond what you would think of the Malbec from that area coming up with. I'm gonna go with 90.
You're gonna go with J. Miller.
I'm going 90 plus. Yeah.
Yeah. To me, I would probably say this is an 89 point wine. I think it leaves one lack of charisma left. One characteristic, like maybe he would share a lot, or maybe like would open the door for older ladies. If the Alamos did any of those little subtle characteristics of being a nice person, I would have given it the 90. It's lacking that one final oomph, but other than that, I think it's very well made. I think $12 is a very fair price for this. I think there's a lot of people that are going to like this wine. I think it's very solidly made. I'm surprised how smooth it is. I'm surprised how intense the flavors are, given the bouquet. Mm-hmm. I would love to see this wine evolve for another year or two. And this is a sneaky son of a gun.
I'd say decant this for 3-4 hours and see if it maybe softens just a
Now you're talking.
A little bit more.
I think it
Take
would.
that edge off. It's kind of got that roll up the sleeves thing going on about
Keep
it.
going.
Yeah.
Like it has like a Popeye tattoo. Remember I called Popeye a jerk off the other day? Did you see that? That became like a huge controversy.
Mom, roll up.
Tasmanian devil.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? No, I'll give you better. Barbed wire. Like 98%.
80s barbed wire?
No, it's like late 90s barbed wire.
Okay.
I cannot wait to be like vacationing in 20 years and see 9 million, 47-year-old dudes with like flabby, like they don't work out anymore. Barbed wire for days.
Dude, your wire's sagging.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be like tripwire now. I mean, all right, let's move on. I'll take care of that for you. Yes.
Thanks.
I'm here for you, my man. All right, let's move on. I'm excited about this wine. Given your palate so far from what I'm hearing, and if this is the conversation we had, this is the wine that I'm going to predict is going to do good damage for you. I'll give you all the stats. You just sit back and look pretty, Vaughn. Yeah. This is $16 US. I'm not allowed to talk about how much I hate Vinny Testaverde because people are complaining every time I brought it up at $16. But since you're here, I'll tell you.
Okay, yeah,
I hate Vinny. I really hate him.
No,
I hate him with
like
all my heart. I want to punch him in his face.
Retirement time?
Yeah, I mean, thank God he did. Anyway, $16 US is the Killeen 2004 blend number 2. Sorry, Monster. 62% Cabernet Sauvignon, 38% Shiraz, 90 points. Jay Miller and Josh Reynolds, both guys who write for Tanzer and Parker, they outsource. Let's see what's going on here. Crazy dark color. I think this would be a great time to pour out a little bit for all the other Canadian contingency. You guys roll deep.
Yeah,
you guys roll deep for the Mania. I mean, the stats show it. Canada loves you. And me.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, we like our wine.
No doubt.
Somebody's got.
You just don't like the prices with the bull crap and the laws and everything.
You wouldn't believe the difference.
Oh, I believe the difference.
Huge. 3 times.
I get 10, 15 emails a day about it. So trust me, I know the difference.
Going through that list, checking from here versus back home.
Yeah.
3 times.
You want to like smuggle it all home, right? You don't want to get arrested though.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it wouldn't be a good idea.
No, it wouldn't.
Wasn't planning on staying that long.
She wouldn't be happy about that. Can you give it a sniffy sniff?
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
That's big.
Yeah, you like that. You want to get beat down?
Yeah,
this is not a punch in the eye.
This is
like,
beat down. This is
elbows.
elbows. This is
you keep smelling.
This little UFC.
Yeah, this is
some
very
Elite
good.
XC,
I mean, this is like this is hacksaw. This is like hacksaw, like hitting you with a 2x4, but not, you know what? Not necessarily with the oak, which is the reference we usually use here.
Yeah, that would be the nail in the end if it had the big oak. But
I mean, this has got like inky black, dark raspberries, black raspberries, a little.
out of the octopus, like totally.
Yeah, I mean, this is big nose, right? Do you get a little bit?
Huge.
This is what gets funny when I taste wines that are this big. Do you get a little like an apricot kind of thing going on? Like apricot. You get a little apricot? Do you eat apricots? Tell the truth right now. How many apricots have you consumed in your tummy in the last 10 years? Tell the truth right now. Go.
Probably not more than about a dozen.
So you have had them a little bit.
Have had them a little bit.
But you've never really sat down, cut an apricot, and really put your nose in there.
No, that's
that would not be.
Is
that another thing that not a big Calgary guy kind of thing to do?
No, I think it's just my nose doesn't have that range to it.
Understood. Yeah, I definitely get. And you know what else I get here? Whoa. I get a little pina colada thing going on.
There's a.
You got that one a little bit more, right?
Super sweet on the edge there.
Totally. At the end there, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not kidding. This gets very pina colada for me.
It's like that 5th pina colada of the night.
See, I don't pound that hard.
It's pure
I don't
sugar.
pound that hard.
Well,
I don't pound
I'm
that
assuming
hard.
so.
I can't roll with you.
Okay.
I'm on Coke with lemon and lime at that point. Wow, this is very deep. Let's give it a whirl. You're going to be pumped right now. I'm just going to sit back and watch you taste this because you're just going to be very happy. This is...
Wow, yeah. That's massive.
And?
That is
that's
full.
That's what you like.
Huge. Or it fills the mouth.
You want Karate Kid upside your head.
You bet.
Sweep the leg, Johnny.
Elbows, fists, knees. Yeah,
got
you
it.
Bet. Yeah. Couple when you're down before the ref jumps in to stop it. Yeah. Yeah, that's bringing some serious.
This is a big wine. Massive fruit. I mean, this wine completely attacks your palate. It's like when, like the meanest guy in the neighborhood on mischief night, they toilet paper the guy's house. This is like the fruit toilet papering your entire palate, leaving no window, no door unturned. It completely comes into your palate and it takes over. Is your pal okay?
Yeah.
Want to shake it off?
It's under. We had some fire. There's some pepper
Shake it
on
off.
the back.
Shake it off.
There's some huge.
There you go.
There's some huge pepper on the back of there.
It's so much fruit, it's almost obnoxious. Really, it's like a fruit bomb.
It's like, knife and fork. Can you guys see that from the Friday couch, how much lag is inside that glass? It's just covering. It's amazing. It's doing the same in the mouth.
This is too over the top for my palate, to be honest with you. This is very Kool-Aid. What I do like about it is it's not over-oaked. And I'll tell you right now, I think the vast majority of people drinking wine out there are going to like this wine. It's not over-oaked. It's not, it's not too much, but it's so much fruit. I mean, but given on what you've liked, I thought that this would be a huge home run for your palate.
Feeling it? That's a 3-day marinated steak with this. That's huge.
No doubt.
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
This is the style.
Yeah.
That gets you pumped.
That's one glass will do you.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So what are you going to score this sucker? 15-1. 95, 98, 103.
I give that about a 91.
91.
But again, that's going to the big end of stuff. Like you gotta like to get hurt a little bit.
So you only like the Killeen 1 point more than you like the Alamos.
Because it's so big.
It's a little even too big.
Yeah.
Even you got beat up a little bit more than you wanted.
Yeah.
Like you don't mind losing a tooth, but the fact that your eye's gonna be closed for a couple months is a problem
exactly.
for you.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, it's more stitches than the guy planned on.
Understood. I'm gonna go 87 plus in this wine, but I honestly can tell you, look, two major, big time, highly respected wine critics both went 90. I think a lot of people, three big time, majorly respected critics went over 90. To me, it's a little bit much for my palate. You've got to know yourself. But there's a time and a place for this wine. Let me give you the example. Would I have this wine with dinner? I would not. I would much more gravitate toward the Alamos. Heck, much more even to the Volley for that matter. But if the Jets were to, let's say, lose to the Patriots in week 2 of the NFL season here home in New York, let's just say 37-10, I'd be sad. I'd drive home in a lot of traffic, come home, find a Kill Bin Bin. The other big advantage about the Kill Bin Bin would be there would be no wasting time. I would go like this. I would go
straight to the painkiller. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And I would drink it because I would be angry at the loss that my football team had. And in that scenario, it would be a 95-point wine.
Okay. Yeah.
You see? Yeah. Under normal situations, though, especially when it gets up my nose, it would be an 87-point wine for me. Sure. Let's move on.
That's angry.
Yeah, I get very angry. Do you get that emotional with the... How about the Flames? Are you a big Flames guy?
No.
No, huh?
No, I'm not going to get back in the city when I get home now, but...
You're not a big Flames guy. Who do you like?
I
do you like
the Flames.
Right.
But,
you don't like hockey?
I'm not live or die by it. No.
You don't like hockey?
I like hockey.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, so you got to tell them
I'm
who
just
you like.
a little more into the football side than the hockey.
I understand, but why don't you tell everybody the truth and tell them what hockey team you root for?
Well, I'll cheer for the Flames.
Oh, okay,
I
see.
I don't have any other fit. I'm just not going to live and die on the sword by the Flames win or lose.
Are you a Maple Leafs fan?
Oh,
Are you a Maple Leafs fan?
Listen,
I understand. I understand. It was great having you. Okay. So listen, let's get back to the show. All right, let's get into the final wine. I understand. I know how people get. Trust me.
Nobody from Western Canada is a Leafs fan.
I believe that. I believe that, and I appreciate it. By the way, I like when people are passionate that way. Robert Karl, 2004, Columbia Valley Cabernet Sauvignon, $30, 91 points, wine enthusiast, 86% Cabernet, 4% Merlot, 4% Petit Verdot, 3% Cabernet Franc, and 3% Malbec. What do you think about them apples? Bleeding you? All right, let's
so
give it a sniffy sniff. Am I caught?
That last one was
cut me,
big.
Mick.
Oh, it was good.
That's right, the last one.
Yeah, that last one. Similar.
So I really like this nose. To me, this has a lot of freshness and balance on the nose. Smells very much like a classic Bordeaux to me. Very interesting and clear-cut black raspberry flavors coming through on the nose. I get a little cedar box and a little dried up fall-time leaves on the nose, which I like quite a bit. There's also a very interesting pencil shavings thing going on that I think is exceptionally obvious. The fruit is very bright but balanced, and I think this is the best nose of the 4 wines we've had so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
Vaughn, what do you have to say?
Absolutely. That one opens up more than the others did. It brings a lot more to the nose.
Let's give it a whirl.
That's hot. It's got some heat to it.
On the back end?
Yeah.
You feel it, huh?
Yeah.
And you know how sensitive I am to it.
It starts actually quicker than I expected it to.
Understood.
Even though it seems like it's going to bring a lot in the nose.
How do you like the body?
Let's try this again.
Sure. Let me do my thing, if you don't mind. I love this wine. This wine, no, it's our show.
Okay.
This wine, say with me, we're the road warriors. Axe and smash, or that's Hawk and Animal. This wine has enormous balance, grapefruit, complete, concise, laser-like focus on your palate, expands dramatically, very, very smooth in its mid-palate transition to the finish. Finish is a little rougher than maybe you would like, but this is a young wine that has complex fruit. This wine is obviously going to open up to me. It's got enormous complexities, and it's just a hair oaky for me, just a hair.
Kind of a light medium.
Yeah, just a little, like right?
Yeah.
But shake it off.
Yeah, you shake that off.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So, just a hair of the oak monster, but very well made. Great brightness. I like this wine a lot. I like the completeness. I like the balance. I like the Zen-like approach to your palate. I like this wine. You?
Yep.
You can't just say yep
Like,
after I did all that.
Good. No, sorry.
That's right. I'm still bleeding over here.
Perhaps a bit more on the. It's a little strong on the finish, but it brings a lot to the palate. The whole across is like it's like a whole spectrum. It's like a rainbow across the palate on what this brings. It's just taste after taste after taste comes across.
You get a little beef jerky in it. I like the beef jerky kind of. Well, this is good. I get an underlining mint. There's a lot going on in this wine. I actually am very fond of this bottle of wine. And for 30 bones, a very fair price point for a Cabernet Bordeaux blend to me. What do you think?
Very put together.
You like it?
It holds for sure.
Well dressed.
What year was it?
2004.
Oh yeah.
It's got like the little thing and the well dressed, put together. I like that. Well, the hat, just like ready to rock it. Maybe a cane, Pim style.
Lay it down for a little while.
Yes, definitely lay it down for a couple years for sure, but definitely approachable now, and definitely with decanting. I mean, to me, this is steak wine. Let's score this wine. I'm going to score it first. I'm going to score this wine 92 plus points. I like it a lot. I think it's well made. I think it's structured. I think it's quality. I think it's a good wine.
I'm going to go 90.
Just a conservative guy from Calgary. I mean, what do you want, right, Mott? He's C squared, conservative and Calgary. That's how Vaughn rolls. Vaughn, question of the day.
2 questions of the day.
Do 7.
Just throw you. I'd
Do 7,
surprise
9.
you. I'd surprise you. I'd 1. What is one wine that you think might convert a non-wine drinker into enjoying wine? What's that one
Great job.
key wine you think would just flip that switch? Okay. Second question of the day. You guys think Gary needs a little soul patch? Something on the
little
chin?
facial hair?
A little facial hair there.
I
What do
can
you guys
rock it,
think?
my man. Were
Call-
you there?
comment
No, you
out,
weren't
put that thing
there.
up.
Neither were you guys. You weren't there when I grew my beard during the Jets playoff run.
Oh.
It got hefty.
Yeah.
It got hefty.
Sweet. There
Don't
you go.
sleep on my growing skills. I can go strong. All right, we got a crap load.
Maybe for an anniversary show or something. You
Yes,
throw a little something out there.
done.
Sweet.
Done.
There you go.
I'll go with the bicycle handbars. I'll rock it.
A little OCC action. That's sweet.
Lizzie's gonna beat your ass, by the way.
All right.
Shout outs. Renee Garnell, congratulations from graduating from Cornell. Belated happy birthday to Philip Howe from England. Happy 38th birthday to Tony England. Happy 30th to Joe McLean. Aubrey Van Houten, happy birthday today. Skylar Dennis, happy 4th birthday. Happy belated birthday to your 1-year-old sister, Eliza. I'm like Casey Kasem up in this piece. I'm touring. Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow, or is it Thursday? I'm going to be in Maryland on 6/26, 7:30 p.m. in Rockville, Maryland. Come and say hello. Book signing, pictures, arm wrestling, thumb wrestling, football, whatever you want to do. Come and say hello. 2 p.m. in Seattle on the 28th at Elliott Bay Books. Come and see me there. And finally, July 2nd in Powell's in Beaverton, Oregon. Please and come say hello. Mott, link those up. Oh, there you go. It's good. Oh, you saw that was nice. I like how I have a holder. Can you be here every day?
I'm there for you, man.
Can you be here every day?
I'm there for you.
Great questions of the day. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope this was
Had a
worth
great
the
time.
schlep.
Thanks very much.
How long was the flight?
4 hours.
That's it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to come up there.
Sweet. Hey,
We'll see a
yes.
Flames Rangers game.
Absolutely.
Rock it out. What do you think, Mott? Let's go. You ready? You, with a little bit of me, and guys like Vaughn, are changing the wine world.